Hi YouTube. Welcome to the channel. Click of Reddit. Here are the most interesting comments from Reddit threads. Be sure to rate this video and subscribe to the channel, it is very important for me. You've been granted a wish, but only if it's one you had as a child. What is your wish? I wish that I could talk to animals so we could understand each other. And you know what, I'm totally okay with that being my wish as a grown-up. That was my wish as well. We can send secret messages via pigeons. I always wished that people would like me as much as I like them. If I like you, then you like me and we are friends. If I don't like you, then you don't like me and we are not friends and both happy about it. It still seems like a pretty solid deal. Damn, that seems like something I would want. Such a wholesome wish. I meant a wholesome wish as in the kid just wants to have friends who are friends with him in return. Obviously the logistics of it don't make perfect sense and would probably cause problems. Imagine if everyone was granted that power at the same time. It would be a paradox of a lot of people simultaneously liking and not liking each other. What a twisted desire. I like you, you don't like me? Who cares, now you're forced to like me anyways and be friends until I decide I don't want you anymore, but it's okay, you won't like me either afterwards. What about the aftermath? After feeling they liked you for no reason at all, how are they gonna feel about it? Did they do something they didn't like with you, gave you something they wouldn't give to you, did they say something they now regret? That will end up in hate. You're gonna end up living an empty life, with old forced friendships hating you over it. I wanted to turn the sky green. I'd actually worked how to do it, some of my friends at school actually believed I'd grow up and do it, I was so confident about it. Bear in mind I was a child, and this was dumbed down for me. I know these descriptions aren't completely accurate, but they are what I believed at the time. Well, I asked my teacher, and they said the sky was blue because that is the type of light that the atmosphere reflects the most of back to us, so I figured out, if only green light reaches the earth, then that's the only light that the atmosphere would reflect, and the sky would be green. So I thought up a plan of a giant filter in space. Yes, now, I know that orbits and stuff would mess this up, that would be between the sun and the earth, and only let green light get through. At the time it didn't occur to me that it would make everything green and not just the sky. I'd even worked out how it would be funded, the filter would be able to change the color it filtered in different sections, so I could sell advertising space in the sky. I was a crazy kid with big dreams, big ambitions and a belief I could do anything. It's no wonder I ended up a waiter in my 30s. So your version of how to do it is way cooler, but I've actually seen the sky turn green a few times when tornadoes were about to happen. There's also a green flash you can sometimes catch watching the sunset over the ocean. So if you're in the right place at the right time, you can see green sky, albeit temporarily, but a lot cheaper than space filters. I'm on the east coast of the US, and I've seen green sky maybe 4 times. It looks cool, but it's also very unsettling because of what it means. If you're at home, it means get to the basement as a precaution and hope your car and windows don't get destroyed by hail. If you're in a car, it means you are about to have a very bad drive and you should be on the lookout for funnel clouds, assuming you can see more than 10 feet ahead of you because of the rain. I wish for my family to live forever. 1,000 years have passed. Your parents, sorrowed by the loss of you, your children, your children's children, etc., only wish for the sweet escape of death to relieve them of this burden. Having lived for so long, they have emerged and remained in the spotlight for far too long and cannot find peace. Only death can free them. Better off wishing them to live as long as you do. Immortality is a curse. I find it strange so many people agree with that. I'll take that curse anytime. Believing that eventually a person will have done everything so that everything becomes boring is not even close to true. By the time you have fully experienced one thing or mastered it, there will be so many more new things to learn or do in that time. For example, even if you have been alive 40 years already, you probably only know about 1% or less of all the world's knowledge. If you really tried, which you wouldn't because why rush if immortal, maybe you could get up to 50% of what we have learned by 2020. How many years would that take you? Hundreds? In that time, so much more new shit is going to pop up. Plus you'll forget what things were like that you did hundreds of years ago. It really doesn't sound so bad to me. If I was offered to live forever, I'd definitely consider it. I used to dream that I could fly as a kid after I'd been swimming. If I jumped just right, I could breaststroke through the air. Tried it a few times, with limited success. About half a second. Mostly falling. I'd like to be able to swim through the air. I don't need to be able to fly faster than a speeding plane, etc., but sometimes there's a more direct route. And stairs are hard work. Let's fly. Thank you for watching. Write about your desire in the comments and support the channel by subscribing.